Assalamualaikum to everyone. My name is Muhammad Arif Hakimi bin Zainol Nazri. Today, I want to talk about why stress happens among students. Are you guys always stressed when studying in university? Let me share to you guys why this is happening. Stress is how we react when we feel under pressure or threatened. It is usually happen when we are in a situation that we don't feel we can manage or control. When we experience stress, it can be as first an individual. For example, when you have lots of responsibility that you are struggling to manage. Second, part of a group. For example, if your family is going through a difficult time, such as financial problem. Third is part of your community. For example, if you belong to a religious group that is experiencing discrimination. And lastly, a member of society. For example, during a natural disaster or even like the coronavirus pandemic. The life of student can be stressful one. Factors such as social life, perceived parental pressure, university application and never-ending workload all generated stress. Although research show that a moderated amount of stress can be beneficial and act as motivator for students to do well, too much stress can impact their overall well-being. So much so that 70% of students report that depression and anxiety are a major problem in the university community. Chronic stress can also lead to poor academic achievement, increase the likelihood of dropping out of university, and diminish motivation. Therefore, both student and educator need to recognize what the triggers and what they can do better to manage everyday studying stress. Next, we move to the definition. Stress can be defined as a state of worry or mental tension caused by a difficult situation. Other than that, stress is also a natural human response. So next, we move to what causes stress. First is poor sleep habit. Students are meant to have 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. However, research shows that 45% of adolescents report getting insufficient sleep, with this figure rising to 62% among sixth form students. A survey found that 80% of university students report that feeling stressed by their academic responsible was caused for their lack of sleep. This was supported by research which showed that high level of stress can result in poor sleep quality and eventually lead to chronic insomnia. However, this can go both ways. Sleep deprivation can also be cause of student stress. Prolonged sleep deprivation can also result in the development of mood disorder and weak immune system, with more doctor diagnosis stress-related gastrointestinal issue. Poor sleep habit result in lower concentration, poor memory, and can negatively impact academic performance. A study found that teenagers who had an average grade of a C had a 3 hours less sleep per week compared to the highest scoring peers, which is B grade or higher. So next is parental issue. This one is more for the parents than the student. Although it's natural to want your kid to do well in university and get those top grades, parents may be doing more harm than good. 66% of students report parental pressure as a source of prominent stress, while research shows that parents having high academic expectation of their children can improve their grades. Placing too much pressure on their child to constantly meet this expectation can have negative consequences on overall well-being and grades. If the first thing parents ask their child after a day in university isn't how was your day, but how did you do on your maths test, they're emphasizing the fact that they place more importance on their grades over anything else. Consequently, students resort to cheating and sleep deprived, have low self-esteem as well as increased stress and anxiety level due to fear of failure. In conclusion, untreated stress can turn into a mental illness such as an anxiety disorder or depression. Almost everyone experiences some anxiety. This is normal. However, an anxiety disorder is different from everyday anxiety. It is more severe can persist and may interfere with person's daily life. There are ways to overcome stress issue among students. Firstly, change your mindset. For example, instead of having negative outlook of the tasks you need to do, consider them as opportunity to learn and improve. Yes, some tasks may be boring or overwhelming, and we're not asking you to play down the stressor you encounter. It's about changing your perception of difficult situation and focusing on the positive rather than on all the things that you could go wrong. By adopting a growth mindset, you will place a greater emphasis on being better and learning from mistakes, rather than being overcome by a stress as you feel you likely feel. Other than that, exercise. Exercise is an effective way of reducing stress level. Physical activity produces endorphin, neurotransmitters that relieve pain and stress in the body. Research shows that exercise can counteract that negative effect of stress such as concentration and fatigue. Aim to exercise between 30 minutes to 1 hour couple of times a week. Not only it will benefit your overall physical health, but your mental health as well. And you don't need to run 5 kilometers. Even a walk is enough to make a difference.